Good morning, students, and welcome to our e-learning session initiated by Shri Gyan Manjari Vidyapit. And interesting and one of the important point and the chapter that what we are discussing is about the India location, geological structure and physiography. And as we are discussing on part 2, we have talked about location of India, then we talk about the geological structure, and in this portion especially we are talking about the physiography of India. See, if we talk about the revisional part, as we know, India is the ancient and one of the oldest civilization what we are having. If we talk about the geographical structure, India is having the beautiful geographical structure, diversity, variety, what we can see. We are having the lofty mountains, we are having plain, plateaus, deserted area, coastal, as India is a peninsula country. In many manner, in many ways we can say India is having the wonderful geographical structure. So, a few points that what we have to keep in mind is about the location. So it is a revisional part what I am discussing just now is about the location. So point what you have to keep in mind, that the geographical India lies in the northern hemisphere. See students, few points that you have to remember lifetime. So here this is the one of that. So geographically India lies in the northern hemisphere. It extends to the southern part of the Asian continent. If you remember, we use the term Southeast Asian country. Okay. Then the span of the mainland of India extends. Now this we have to remember. That is the 8 degree 4 minute to 37 degree 6 minute north latitude. That is the north latitudinal extent of country. And from 68 degree 7 minute to 97 degree 25 minute is longitude. So latitudes and longitudinal extent of our country that you have to keep in mind, you have to remember, it is expected. Tropic of Cancer, that is the 23.5 degree north, passes almost in from the middle of the country. So it's divide our country almost into two halves. That point also we will keep in mind. The Great Plains and the Himalayan mountain system are located in the part, the area of the south of Tropic Cancer has a triangular shape, as India is a peninsula. Yes. So then the point what you have to keep in mind, that the almost the distance between north to south and east to west. Okay, so that distance we should keep in mind, that the land between the Kashmir to Kanyakumari is 3,214 kilometer, and width from the Gujarat to Arunachal Pradesh is 2,933 kilometer. So almost equal distance from north to south, east to west. Then we have to learn, or we should know, the standard Indian standard time, that is at the 82.5 degree. Okay, so which passes through almost from the Allahabad. So that also the standard meridian of India is 82.5 or 82 degree 30 minute is longitude. It passes through the 5 states. Now this also you have to keep in mind. The local time is accepted at the standard time of India. Then neighbors of the India, that also you have to keep in mind. Then we know about, as the India is a peninsula, 3 sides we are having water body. At the eastern side we are having Bay of Bengal, in the south we are having the Indian Ocean, and in the west we are having Arabian Sea. Then we talk about the plates and the physiography, that what we have talked. Now the other point what you have to keep in mind about the neighboring countries, as I told you, when we talk about the location and the neighbors, then the 8 cardinal direction you have to keep in mind. So in that, India has the common land boundaries with the Pakistan and Afghanistan is northwest. So what is the direction of Pakistan and Afghanistan? That is the northwest, north or west ke beech mein. So India has a common land boundaries with the Pakistan and Afghanistan in the northwest, with China and Nepal, Bhutan in northeast. See, it seems the difference, isn't it? And with the Myanmar and Bangladesh in the east, in the south Sri Lanka and the Maldives are our maritime neighbors. So altogether all neighbors we have to keep in mind. Then we talk about the geographical structure. As we know, first India was a part of the Gondwana land, and then it separated Hui Indian plate, and now 7 plates what you have to keep in mind. That is a Pacific plate, North American plate, South American plate, Eurasian plate, African plate, Indo-Australian plate, and the Antarctic plate. So almost 7 plate. Now in this 2 types of movements what we have talked, divergent and the convergent. Okay. So what is a divergent? First of all, you have to keep in mind at some places these plates are drifting away. When 2 plates move away from one another, that what he says, it is known as the divergent plates. And at some places these plates come closer to each other, which are known as the convergent. So when the 2 plates move away from one another, it is called the divergent, and when it's come closer, that what we say is the convergent. And due to this 2 type of movement, plateaus, mountains creation and other physiographic creations are made. So this few point, then we talk about the physiography. In that physiography, 5 division what we have to keep in mind in concern of India. Okay. So on the basis of physiography, India can be divided into following physiographic region. That is the northern mountainous region. Then comes the peninsular plateau. In archipelago, that is the Dweep Samu, greater northern plain and the coastal plain. Okay. And if you remember, in previous lecture we talk about the northern mountainous range. Number of points that I told you to keep in mind. That is the important natural region of India, that is a northern mountain plain. Okay. And it is further divided into 2 parts, that is the northern Himalaya region and the eastern Himalaya region. Okay. Northern Himalaya range, parallel 3 ranges, greater Himalaya, lesser Himalaya and outer Himalaya. Distinct characteristics is having with the greater Himalaya, lesser Himalaya and with the outer Himalaya. So all the point what we have discussed about the greater Himalaya, lesser Himalaya and the outer Himalaya. Okay. So the important points and characteristics that you have to keep in mind. Then we talk about the eastern Himalaya, easternmost part. Okay. So the ranges situated in the eastern part of the Himalaya ranges have lesser height. We talk about the few mountains, small hills, Garo, Khasi, Jaintia and other. So that also points, and the hills which are situated in the eastern states, that also you have to keep in mind. Then we talk about the greater northern plain, Maidani Pradesh, if you remember. So the northern place is located between the northern mountain region and the southern peninsula. So what is the situation, what is the location? Northern mountain to the southern peninsula, and it is formed by the Ganga, Brahmaputra and the Paranal river. It is a most fertile land, most dense also. So number of point what we have to keep in mind, that what we have discussed. So today we will going to talk is about the peninsular plateau. Which point today we are going to focus? That is the peninsular plateau. Uch Pradesh, in Hindi you will say the Uch Pradesh. It's higher than the plain. लोअर से प्लेन क्या है? मैदान मतलब पहाड़ ऊपर जो बनते हैं, मैदान मतलब प्लेन, एंड प्लेट्यूज इट्स अ उच्च प्रदेश जिसको कहा जाता है. सो इट इज अ हायर देन द मेनलैंड. जमीन से ऊपर का जो एरिया होता है, इन द सिंपलेस्ट टर्म वी कैन से दैट इज अ प्लेट्यू. सो it is also one of the important characteristic or the physiography of India. Plateau, it is having the distinct characteristic. See, as differently we are talking about the mountain, we talk about the plains, and now spatially we are talking about the peninsular plateau. And in that we will going to discuss about the two plateaus, that is the Malwa plateau and the Deccan plateau. Okay, so let's discuss on that. So this is the oldest region of the India. So first point, oldest. What you will say? Oldest region of India. See, this is the point that you should keep in mind. This is the oldest region of our country. So this is the oldest region of India. This region appear as an inverted triangle. Inverted triangle. Now come to the our map. If we go with the map, सो इन्वर्टेड ट्राइंगल, उल्टा ट्राइंगल का शेप है. सी यहां से आप देख सकते हैं उल्टे ट्राइंगल का शेप है. सो इट्स लाइक इट्स दिस रीजन अपियर एज एन इन्वर्टेड ट्राइंगल. उल्टे ट्राइंगल के इन्वर्टेड ट्राइंगल के शेप में आपको ये एरिया दिखेगा. इट्स एवरेज हाइट इज अबाउट 600 to 900 मीटर. सो व्हाट इज द हाइट? So that point also we will keep in mind about the height. So that please keep in mind about the height. It is 600 meter to 800 meter average height we will keep in mind. That is 600 meter. See, important point you have to keep in mind. 600 meter to 800 meter. Okay, so that is the average height. In the northern part of slope towards the northeast, which is evident from the flow of Chambal, Son and Damodar river. Chambal, Son, Damodar ये सब क्या है? नदियों के नाम है. Okay, so evident the northern part slope towards the northeast. नॉर्थ के डेक्कन प्लेटू का स्लोप ढलान किसकी ओर है? नॉर्थ ईस्ट के बाजू. So it is the northern part slopes toward the northeast, which is evident from the flow of Chambal, Son and Damodar river. Why it is sloped toward the northeast? As these rivers Chambal, Son and Damodar flow to that direction. Okay, and the southern part slopes toward the southeast, and southern part slopes towards the southeast. Most of this area is south, hence it is also called the southern plateau. So most of the part peninsula plateau को क्या कहा जाता है? southern plateau. So two type of question we can ask and you have to remember why. First question, why peninsular plateau is also known as a southern plateau? This is a one type of question what we can ask. Why peninsular plateau is known as a southern plateau? And or write a short note on the southern plateau and then you will say, ma'am ऐसा तो कुछ दिया ही नहीं बुक में, but it is given. If it is asked, it means you have to write about the peninsular plateau. But what is the reason? Give reason. In a give reason also it can be asked. Peninsular plateaus known as the southern plateau. Give reason. Okay, so you should underline this. So the southern part slopes toward the southeast. Most of its area is south, hence it is also called the southern plateau. As it is surrounded by sea on its three sides, it is called the peninsular plateau. Peninsular plateau क्यों कहा जाता है? Peninsula means what? Three side water body. And if you know, this is our map. If we go likewise, okay. So at the three side we are having plateaus. So तीन side water body है. So we consider as a. So we are talking about this portion. So three side water bodies है. So it is known as a peninsula. So that is also one line question, one liner question. As is surrounded by sea on the three side, it is known or it is called the peninsular plateau. See, in the different way in exam we can ask the question. Question can be created in one or other way. So your conceptual understanding should be clear over here. So peninsular plateau can be divided into two parts, Malwa plateau and Deccan plateau. Now after peninsular plateau, like you know, we talked just now about the plateau and the formation and that. So we will talk about the Malwa Plateau and Deccan Plateau. So this peninsular plateau, southern plateau, is further divided into two parts. We have to learn separately. One is the Malwa Plateau and second is the Deccan Plateau. So Malwa Plateaus, that is the Aravalli range, is situated to the northwest part of the Malwa Plateau. Aravalli is one of the oldest range in the world. Now this you have to remember lifetime. Aravalli, see, points to be remembered. Aravalli mountain range is the oldest range. Okay. So Aravalli range is situated to the northwest part of the Malwa Plateau. Aravalli is the one of the oldest range in the world. It is the fold mountain. Sorry. If you remember in class 8th and 7th also, we have talked about the different types of mountain. Fold mountain, block fold mountain, fault mountain, rift valley, horse, and that what we have discussed. Okay, so Aravalli is the fold mountain. Mount Abu is the famous hill station on this range, as we are talking about the Malwa Plateau. Okay, so Abu, Mount Abu, we almost all we have visited. So Malwa Plateau, so Abu is the famous hill station in this range. It is very beautiful and pleasant. Guru Shikhar is the highest peak and it is 1722 meter high. Now Abu, Mount Abu, Aravalli, Aravalli में सबसे ऊपर Mount Abu, the highest peak is known as the Guru Shikhar. Now see Guru Shikhar, like you know, we talk about the Himalaya mountain range. In that we know Mount Everest is the highest peak. If we consider to the India, then K2 or the Mount Godwin Austen is the highest one. So in the Aravalli range, Guru Shikhar is the highest peak and height is 1722 kilometer. So, meter, that is a high. To the south of this region, the river Chambal and Betwa emerge from the Vindhyachal. Vindhyachal पर्वतों से निकलती है and flow northwards and meets the river Yamuna. Chambal and Betwa meets to the Yamuna. And while the river Son flow the northwards and meets the river Ganga, it's also tributary. Okay, so Son नदी किसको मिलती है? गंगा को. And it can be known from the direction of the river flow that the region slope northwards, and the in particular direction where the rivers flow, so वहाँ पे वो ढलान बनाते हैं, slope बनाते हैं. Okay, so slope northwards, the northeastern part of this central upland and the known as the Bundelkhand. Now see Bundelkhand, you know, popular place Bundelkhand. So the northeastern part of this central upland, जमीन से ऊपर प्लेटो को क्या कहा जाता है? बुंदेलखंड. North eastern part of this central upland is known as Bundelkhand. Student, please underline it, mark it. Northeastern part of the Malwa Plateau is known as a Bundelkhand. Beside this river, Luni and Banas also originate to the Aravalli range in northeast. Luni and Banas, you know, Banaskantha, Gujarat se behti hai, Gujarat mein. So that also started from this range only. So the beside the river Luni and Banas also originate in the Aravalli range. Aravalli पहाड़ों में से ही ये नदियाँ निकलती है. Flow that the region slopes northwards. Banas and the Luni also originate in the Aravalli range in the northeast. The river vanish in the run of Kutch, while the Sabarmati and Mahi river meets the Gulf of Khambat. So river vanish and the run of Kutch, in the run of Kutch, नदी run of Kutch के अंदर कौन सी नदी? The Vanish. And the साबरमती एंड मही रिवर मीट्स द गल्फ ऑफ खंभात, गुजरात में से, ठीक है, भावनगर के पास खंभात गल्फ ऑफ खंभात है, वहां पे ये नदियां जाके मिलती है. दिस रिवर वैनिश इन द, ये नदियां कहाँ पे जाती है, वैनिश कहाँ पे होती है, कहाँ पे मिल जाती है? सो दिस रिवर वैनिश इनटू द रन ऑफ कच्छ एंड वाइल साबरमती एंड मही रिवर मीट्स द गल्फ ऑफ खंभात, सभी नदियां समुद्रों में मिलती है एक या दूसरी जगह से, सो दे वैनिश इन दैट. From the flow of this river, it can be ascertained that the western part of Malwa Plateau slopes towards the southwest. नदियों का बहाव जिस तरफ ज्यादा है वहां पे ढलान बनते, स्लोप बनते हैं. So, from the flow of this river, it can be ascertained that the western part of Malwa Plateau का western part slope towards the southwest, and the Rajmahal Hill in the Shillong Plateau are part of the Chota Nagpur Plateau. See, this all you have to keep in mind. छोटा नागपुर का प्लेटू जो है ये भी इसी के पार्ट है. Which also include the रांची प्लेटू, छोटा नागपुर प्लेटू, ये सभी प्लेटू के ही पार्ट है. Okay. Now after that let's talk about the Deccan Plateau. So the Deccan Plateau is situated to the south of Satpura. It's not a Saputara. Saputara is different and Satpura is different. So it is a part of the Satpura, Mahadev and Michael range, which are located to the south of the Malwa Plateau. Malwa Plateau के साउथ में मैकल पर्वत है, जहां से नर्मदा नदी निकलती है. So the Deccan Plateau is situated to the south of Satpura, Mahadev and the Michael ranges. मैकल पर्वत का नाम है. So the northwestern part of the plateau are composed of the lava deposition. कैसे बना है? Lava deposition से. So plateau is composed of the lava deposition. On the western side, it's bordered to the demarcated by the Western Ghat. Border किसको करता है? Western Ghat को. Which run north south along the Arabian Sea coast. Arabian Sea coast गुजरात के पास, ठीक है. So वहां पे वो पैरेलल निकलता है. So on the western side, it's bordered to the demarcated by the Western Ghat, which runs north-south along the Arabian Sea coast. It has the several local name. It is known as the Sahyadri in the Maharashtra. इसको क्या कहा जाता है? सह्याद्री. So Sahyadri in the Maharashtra and Karnataka, as a Nilgiri in the Tamil Nadu. महाराष्ट्र और कर्नाटक में उसको किस नाम से पहचाना जाता है? सह्याद्री. फिर तमिलनाडु में उसको क्या कहा जाता है? नीलगिरी. एंड एज अन्नामलाई इन द कारामंडलम रेंजेस. एंड कार्डेमम में उसको क्या कहा जाता है? इट इज नोन एज द अन्नामलाई इन द कार्डेमम रेंज. Along the border of Kerala and Tamil Nadu, the southern portion of Western Ghat is more lofty. See students, ये सभी नाम आपको याद रखने पड़ेंगे. Location and the name, which state it is known by what, that also you have to keep in mind. So it's better that you underline it or write as a IMP point. It's a important point. See again, the Deccan Plateau is situated to south of Satpura, Mahadev and the Michael range, which are located to the south of the Malwa Plateau. Now the northern western part of the plateau are composed of the lava deposition. Now on the western side, its border and demarcated by the Western Ghat. Western Ghat उसको अलग करता है. Which run north south along the Arabian Sea. It has a several local name. Local name क्या क्या है? It is known as the Sahyadri. It is known as the Sahyadri in the Maharashtra and Karnataka. See, underline karo please. So in the Sahyadri in Maharashtra and Karnataka, in Nilgiri in Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu mein it is known as the Nilgiri. As the Annamalai in the Cardamom ranges and the border of the Kerala and Tamil Nadu. This Annamalai, it is a रेंज, कार्डेमम रेंज है जो तमिलनाडु केरला एंड तमिलनाडु के बॉर्डर पे है. सो इन द डिफरेंट स्टेट इट इज नोन बाय द डिफरेंट नेम. इन द तमिलनाडु एंड एज अन्नामलाई एंड द कार्डेमम रेंज अलोंग विद द बॉर्डर ऑफ द केरला तमिलनाडु. सो द सदर्न पोर्शन ऑफ वेस्टर्न घाट इज मोर लॉफी. ऑल दिस पॉइंट यू हैव टू कीप इन माइंड. सो जनरली द एवरेज हाइट ऑफ डेक्कन प्लेटू रेंज बिटवीन 900 to 1000 मीटर. एवरेज हाइट क्या है डेक्कन प्लेटू की? 900 मीटर टू 1000 meter. This is the average height. So generally the average height of Deccan Plateau ranges between 900 meter to 1000 meter, but at a few places is except that high, few isolated hills having more than 900 meter of height from the eastern boundary of its plateau. This is called the Eastern Ghat. Eastern Baju. See, again please, ये वेस्ट है गुजरात एरिया, दिस इज अ वेस्टर्न पार्ट, ईस्टर्न पार्ट. अभी हम जो बात कर रहे हैं ईस्टर्न साइड की, वेस्टर्न घाट की बात करें. सो इन द ऑपोजिट साइड भी फ्यू हिल्स आर हैविंग द हाइट मोर देन 900 मीटर. सो generally the average height of the Deccan Plateau range between 900 to 1000 meter, but at a few places is exceed the height, okay, and few isolated hill having the more than 900 meter of height from the eastern boundary of this plateau. This is called the Eastern Ghat. Now it has the general slope towards the southeast, which is evident from the direction of the flow of the rivers, except river Narmada, Tapi, which flow westward. Most of the river of Deccan Plateau flow eastward and meet the Bay of Bengal. Ab see, the southern portion of Western Ghat is more lofty. इतना आपने point याद रखना है. अब जो important point, see we are talking about the Deccan Plateau. Deccan Plateau के important point है. Number of time question can be asked from the Deccan Plateau only. Okay. So Western Ghat is a more lofty. Now generally the average height of Deccan Plateau range between 900 to 1000 meter, but at a few places is exceed that the height and a few isolated hills having the more than 900 meter height from the eastern boundary of the plateau. Eastern side भी ऐसे कुछ पहाड़ है. Now this is called the Eastern Ghat. Western Ghat उसके opposite है Eastern Ghat. It has the general slope towards the southeast. Most of घाट की जो slope है वो साउथ ईस्ट की तरफ है. नदियां घाट से निकल के बे ऑफ बंगाल में मिलती है, बट से फॉर नर्मदा and Tapi example. So this is called the Eastern Ghat. It has a general slope towards the southeast, which evident from the direction of the flow, except the river Narmada and Tapi. नर्मदा नदी और तापी सूरत के पास से वो अरबियन सी में आके मिलती है. मोस्ट ऑफ द रिवर्स फ्लो टूवर्ड्स द साउथ ईस्ट, बट टू रिवर कॉल्ड द नर्मदा एंड तापी वैनिश कहां पर होती है? अरबियन सी में. Except the river Narmada and Tapi, which flow westward, most of the river of Deccan Plateau flow eastward and meet the Bay of Bengal. Most of the नदियां Bay of Bengal में जाके मिलती है, but exceptional is the Tapi and Narmada, which flow towards the southeast and meet into the Arabian Sea. So again student, plateau, what we are discussing about the peninsular plateau. So what important point that you have to keep in mind is about this is the oldest region of the India. First point important, oldest region of the India, that is the peninsular plateau. So this is the oldest region of the India. This region appear as an inverted triangle. This is also important point. It is in the inverted triangular shape. So it is average height is about 600 to 900 meter. That also we will keep in mind. And the northern part slope toward the north south, which is evident from the flow of Chambal, Son, Damodar river. अलग अलग नदियां जो दिशा में बहती है उसी दिशा में उनके स्लोप बनते हैं, ढलाने बनती है. Then peninsular plateau divided into two part. One part is known as the Malwa Plateau, other part is known as the Deccan Plateau. So few point what we have to keep in mind about the Malwa Plateau, that the Aravalli range, okay, it's situated in the northwest part of the Malwa Plateau. दुनिया की सबसे पुरानी oldest mountain range है. So it is in the situated in the Malwa Plateau. So Aravalli range is situated in the northwest part of the Malwa Plateau. Aravalli is one of the oldest range in the world. That what we have to keep in mind. So Mount Abu, famous hill station, and Guru Shikhar is the highest peak in the Aravalli range. That also we have to keep in mind. So it is a fold mountain. Aravalli range is a fold mountain. Mount Abu is the famous hill station on this range. It is very beautiful and pleasant. Guru Shikhar is the highest peak and height is of the 1722 meter. It is very beautiful and pleasant. Guru Shikhar is the highest peak and it is a 1722 meter high. To the south of the region, the river Chambal and Betwa emerge from the river and Vindhyachal flow northward and meet the Yamuna. See स्टूडेंट्स, यहाँ पे जो नदियाँ कहाँ से निकलती है और कौन सी नदी में जाके मिलती है, दिस इज ऑल्सो द इम्पॉर्टेंट पॉइंट that you have to keep in mind. You have to learn it and remember it. So it is very beautiful and pleasant. To the south of the region, the river Chambal and Betwa emerge. चंबल और बेतवा नदियाँ निकलती है, मालवा प्लेटू से शुरू होती है and from the Vindhyachal flow northward and meet the river Yamuna. यमुना नदी को जाके मिलती है. While river Son flow the northward and meets the river गंगा. सोन नदी उत्तर की तरफ बहती है और जाके गंगा नदी को मिलती है. Then it can be known from the direction of the river flow that the region slope northward. क्योंकि ऐसे कैसे पता चला? क्योंकि उस रीजन का स्लोप नॉर्थवर्ड है. सो इट मीन्स वी अजम दैट द सोन नदी, सोन रिवर फ्लो टू द नॉर्थन साइड. Then we talk about the Deccan Plateau. Deccan Plateau में हम क्या याद रखेंगे? The Deccan Plateau is situated to the south of the Satpura, Mahadev and Maikal region ranges which are located to the south of Malwa Plateau. Malwa Plateau के south में जो area है plateau, that area we known as the South Plateau or sorry as a Deccan Plateau, and it is in the situated into the Satpura, Mahadev and the Maikal ranges. Then point the northwestern part of the plateau are composed of the lava deposition. See, we know the importance and how the lava is useful. So on the western side, it's bordered and demarcated by the Western Ghat, which runs north-south along the Arabian Sea coast. It has the several local names. See, these local names we have to keep in mind. Then it is known as the Sahyadri in the Maharashtra and Karnataka. Nilgiri in Tamil Nadu, as Annamalai in the Cardamom ranges along with the border of Kerala and Tamil Nadu. The southern portion of Western Ghat is more lofty. This point also we will keep in mind. And the important point about the Deccan Plateau, what you have to keep in mind, is that generally the average height of Deccan Plateau ranges between 900 to 1000 meter, but as a few places is exceed that the height, few isolated hills having the more than 900 meter of height, which eastern boundary of its plateau. This is called the Eastern Ghat, Western Ghat or Eastern Ghat. And Narmada and Tapi के लिए हम बात याद रखेंगे, they flow to the south west side. So the except the river Narmada and Tapi which flow westward, most of the river of the Deccan Plateau flow eastward and the meet the Bay of Bengal. Now I think peninsular plateau, absolute clear. Let's talk on the coastal plains along the sea coast. Very important point. Let's talk on it. As India is the peninsular country, so we have to talk about the peninsular plain. So one of the important point and concept that what we have to keep in mind. So coastal, see this all point we have to keep in mind. Coastal plain. It is known as plains along the sea coast. The place along the sea coast. place along the sea coast. So let's talk on the coastal plain. See, peninsular plateau is surrounded by the narrow belt of plain from Kutch to Odisha. Now see, again we have to remember the map of country. See, we are talking about this area. So from Kutch, see, this is the western side. ये ईस्टर्न इंडिया है हमारा, ईस्टर्न पार्ट. वी नो ऑलमोस्ट 7517 किलोमीटर हमारा लॉन्ग सी रूट है. गुजरात के पास 1600 किलोमीटर का है. सो फ्रॉम कच्छ यहां से शुरू करके वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द ओडिशा पार्ट तक का. यहां पे एक नैरो बेल्ट है जमीन का, मैदानी प्रदेश. ओके, so peninsular plateau is surrounded by the narrow belt of plain from Kutch to Odisha. Okay, it is divided into western and eastern coastal plain. Western बाजू है उसको कहा जाएगा western plain and eastern बाजू है that we consider as the eastern plain. So western and the eastern plate. So peninsular plateau is surrounded by the narrow belt of the plain from Kutch to Odisha, and it is divided into western and eastern coastal plain. The west coast plain extends from Gujarat to Kerala. और वेस्टर्न कोस्ट कहां से पाना शुरू किया जाता है? गुजरात से लेके, दिस इज द गुजरात, एंड हियर वी आर हैविंग केरला. सो गुजरात से लेके केरला तक को उसको वेस्टर्न प्लेन कहा जाता है. सो द वेस्ट कोस्ट प्लेन एक्सटेंड फ्रॉम द गुजरात टू केरला. एक्सेप्ट इन गुजरात द प्लेन इज मोस्टली नैरो. नैरो मतलब संकुड़ा. गुजरात में बड़े प्लेन है, बाकी यहां पे नैरो स्ट्रिप है. ओके, सो एक्सेप्ट द गुजरात द प्लेन इज मोस्टली नैरो. इट इज वेरी मच अनडल्टिंग एंड इज नोन एज द मलबार कोस्ट टू द साउथ ऑफ गोवा. उसको मलबार कोस्ट कहा जाता है, साउथ ऑफ गोवा. वेस्टर्न कोस्ट रिवर हैव द डेवलप्ड द क्रीक एट देयर एस्चुरीज. नाउ सी, क्रीक, एस्चुरीज, ये हम सब शब्द पढ़ चुके हैं. ओपनिंग माउथ जो होते हैं नदियों के, और जहां पे नदियां जाके मिलती है समुद्र के अंदर, ओपनिंग माउथ होते हैं, ट्रिब्यूटरीज होती है, उसी तरह से एस्चुरीज बनाते हैं. फ्रेश वाटर, जहां पे नदियों का फ्रेश वाटर दरिया में जाके मिलता है. तो मोस्ट ऑफ द वेस्टर्न पार्ट में, वेस्टर्न प्लेन में एस्चुरीज यहां पे बनाते हैं. सो वेस्ट कोस्ट रिवर हैव डेवलप्ड द क्रीक. क्रीक मतलब इन द सिंपलेस्ट टर्म हम ऐसा कह सकते हैं कि ऐसे जिगजैग जिगजैग वाली जगह बनाती है वहां पे. ठीक है, क्रीक एंड दे आर एस्चुरीज. मोस्ट ऑफ द क्रीक आर सबमर्ज वैली अंडर द रिवर वाटर. क्रीक क्या है? सबमर्ज वैली अंडर द वाटर. सबमर्ज वैली अंडर द रिवर वाटर. दिस आर फॉर्म ड्यू टू द इमर्जेंस ऑफ सी शोर. दरिया जैसे आगे बढ़ता जाता है, ऐसे जमीन का कटाव होता है और अंदर ऐसे डेवलप होता है क्रीक. So it's provide the favorable condition for fishery, and it is a very best favorable for the fishery. There are many natural port of the western coast which is include the Mumbai and Marmugao. This all are the famous port. Mumbai है, फिर Marmugao है. Backwater have developed along with the southern coast of Kerala, and these are the known as the Kayal in the local language. Underline कर दो please. Backwater, Kerala famous for its backwater, and in the local language is known as Kyal. So the east coast plain is much broader. Now if we talk about the eastern coast, eastern plain के बारे में, so they are much broader than the western plain. So the east coast plain is much broader than the western coast plain. There is a substantial alluvial deposition in the delta of Kaveri, Krishna, Godavari and Mahanadi. कृष्णा, कावेरी, गोदावरी, महानदी सभी बे ऑफ बंगाल में मिलती है. डेल्टा रीजन पूरा एक मैदान बनाती है, एंड इट इज वेरी फर्टाइल एरिया. इस नॉर्दर्न कोस्ट इज नोन एज द नॉर्थ सिरकर, एंड द कोस्ट एंड द तमिलनाडु कोस्ट इज नोन एज द कोरामंडलम coast. See, this all point you have to keep in mind. See, East coast plain is much broader than the western coast plain. There is a substantial alluvial deposition in the delta of Kaveri, Krishna, Godavari and Mahanadi in the northern coast. नॉर्थ बाजू इसको क्या कहा जाता है? इज नोन एज द नॉर्थ सिरकार कोस्ट एंड इन द तमिलनाडु इज नोन एज द कोरामंडलन कोस्ट. सी अलग अलग जगहों पे इन मैदानों को अलग अलग नामों से पहचाना जाता है. सी फिर से एक बार समझ लीजिए. पेनिनसुलर प्लेटो इज सराउंडेड बाय द नैरो बेल्ट ऑफ प्लेन फ्रॉम कच्छ टू ओडिशा. It is divided into western and eastern coastal plain. The west coast plain extends from Gujarat to Kerala. From Gujarat to Kerala. Except in Gujarat, the plain is mostly narrow and it is very much undulating and it's known the Malabar coast. इसको क्या पहचाना जाता है? इसको कहा जाता है मलबार कोस्ट. क्या कहा जाएगा? मलबार कोस्ट. टू द साउथ ऑफ गोवा. गुजरात के गोवा के साउथ में जो एरिया है इसको क्या कहा जाएगा? मलबार कोस्ट. वेस्टर्न कोस्ट रिवर हैव द डेवलप्ड द क्रिक्स एट द एस्चुरीज. क्रिक बनाता है, ठीक है, जिगजैग वाली जगह, जमीन को काट के पानी समुद्र का जमीन के अंदर एंटर करता है. सो इट्स डेवलप द क्रिक एट देयर एस्चुरीज. नाउ व्हाट इज अ क्रिक? मोस्ट ऑफ दिस क्रिक्स आर सबमर्ज वैली अंडर द रिवर वाटर. नदियों के पानी के अंदर जमीन डूब जाती है पूरी. दिस आर फॉर्म ड्यू टू द इमर्जेंस ऑफ द सी शोर. इसी चलते बड़ा सा सी शोर भी बनता जाता है, दरिया आगे बढ़ता है. इट्स प्रोवाइड द फेवरेबल कंडीशन फॉर फिशरी ऑब्वियसली. सो देर आर मैनी नेचुरल पोर्ट ऑन द वेस्टर्न कोस्ट. वेस्टर्न कोस्ट के पोर्ट हमें याद रखने हैं. मुंबई एंड द मार्मोगांव बैकवाटर हैव डेवलप्ड इन द केरला एंड इन द लोकल लैंग्वेज इट इज नोन एज द क्याल. नाउ ईस्ट कोस्ट के बारे में जो पॉइंट हमें याद रखना है, ईस्ट कोस्ट प्लेन इज मच ब्रॉडर देन द वेस्टर्न कोस्ट. देयर इज अ सब्सटेंशियल अलुवेशन डिपोजिशन इन द डेल्टा ऑफ कावेरी, कृष्णा, गोदावरी एंड महानदी. इट इज नॉर्दर्न कोस्ट इज नोन एज द नॉर्थ सरकार कोस्ट एंड द तमिलनाडु इट इज नोन एज द कोरामंडलम कोस्ट. नाउ सी this point at least we have to keep in mind. So after these 2 points let's talk about the homework part. See, it's a lengthy and important chapter, so we will try to explain or we try to learn in point wise, one by one हम उसको clear करने वाले हैं, कोई जल्दी हमें नहीं है. So as it is very important part, so write a homework. See, very important chapter, so you have to keep in mind. See, number 1, I think Peninsula, write a short note. So both the plateaus you should write it. Malwa Plateau, Malwa, and Deccan Plateau. Write a short note on Malwa Plateau and Deccan Plateau. See, in next lecture we will going to talk about the archipelago, मतलब द्वीप समूह. Andaman Nicobar and Lakshadweep we are having. Then we will going to talk very interesting and important point, types of rock, that what you have already learned, you know, number of point. But as we are talking about the class 9th, So deep concept we will going to understand. So I think all the point and the concept what we have discussed right now in this lecture, in previous lectures also, see why repeatedly I am telling you that this part 1 and part 2 is the same, but in the different section what we are learning. So we talk about the location, geographical structure, and we are talking about the physiography. In physiography we have already discussed about the Himalaya mountain range, so that is the northern mountain range. Then we talk about the Great Northern Plain, and now we talk about the peninsular plateau. So peninsular plateau, and we talk about the coastal plain. So still one physiography division is, that is the archipelago, that is the Dweep Samu is left. And other point, as India is having the significant location and importance, so this all points still we have to discuss. Okay. So in next lecture we will continue the same. This is your homework. Again have a look, short note, write a short note on the Malwa Plateau and the Deccan Plateau. So I think all the concept contain what I taught just now is clear. In next lecture we will continue the same topic, okay, and same chapter. Thank you, take care and goodbye. Jai Hind.